Do you know what a thermal injury is? It's generally broken down into two categories, heat or cold. Today, I want to talk about cold thermal injuries. Hi, I'm Dr. Jim Hoven of Ramos Law and your host of Health Matters. It's the cold injuries that can really get on you with frostbite and other things that I want to address with you right now. So stay tuned and we're going to go through it together. As the temperature drops, it's important that we watch out for a thermal injury called a cold injury. Now, cold injuries happen typically from exposure, and oftentimes they come from exposure without proper gear on. So in other words, if you're out in a t-shirt for too long and the temperature's too cold, you start getting susceptible to cold injuries. What are cold injuries? They start out with things like Frostnip that lead to frostbite. It can be where your skin starts getting damaged, and what happens is the body is going to start pulling blood from the extremities into the core in order to keep itself warm. It needs to keep its body temperature up. And so the more of your skin that is exposed, the more potential damage it's going to have because it doesn't have the heat of the blood to warm it up. So now imagine if your fingertips, which are the farthest away, and your toes start losing that blood because there's not enough exposure of coverage, or there's too much exposure to the cold. Now that's why you start losing your feeling here, and it gets kind of tight on the skin. And so once you start getting a cold injury, the thing to know about it is if you do enough damage during that session or that episode, then you will always be more susceptible to a future cold injury. So basically, the prevention of cold injuries is simple. Make sure you have enough clothes, enough gear on for the weather that you're going to be going out to. But another more kind of insidious cold injury is people that use ice packs without any sort of barrier in between their skin and the ice. If you leave that ice pack on any area too long, you can go past just trying to restrict blood flow to the area to help with swelling. You can also cause damage to the skin. So my rule of thumb for anybody that I work with that's cold is once you start feeling a numbness on your skin, no more than 5 minutes after feeling a numbness. That's it. But I generally tell people about 10 minutes to 15 minutes of cold. But if you start feeling numb, take it off and then alternate that with a time of nothing on your skin or even some moist heat on your skin. That will help with a contrast. Now, again, with cold injuries, if you do get a cold injury, a thermal injury like that, then you have to be very careful the next time you're out in the cold because you will be more susceptible to the same types of things coming in. So with winter coming on, please just think about it. If you're going in your car, take a little go bag that has extra clothes or a blanket in case something happens. You get stuck in a storm, you get a flat tire. Just make sure you have enough clothes. That's going to be the big thing with cold injuries. If you have any questions about cold injuries, please feel free to email me. My email is jim@ramoslaw.com, or you can look us up at ramoslaw.com and even call us. Be happy to answer that question for you. If this has been helpful, please send this to your friends and family. We want to keep everyone safe as we go into winter. Thank you so much for your time, and remember, your health matters.